I've seen Jurassic Park a million times in my life. I know every line by heart, but last night last night felt like seeing it again for the first time.
Welcome back to Multiverse of Merriment, which is sorely needed this week, I think, after Mildly Alarmed.
Yeah, we need some merriment.
So if you haven't listened to that show yet and you're planning on it, listen to that one first and then come listen to this. We'll pick you back up after the depression that we worked through in Mildly Alarmed. But this week on Multiverse of Merriment, we'll be talking about another scary game because Justin likes to live in a state of perpetual anxiety, I'm convinced.
Yes.
We got the chance to watch Jurassic Park in a whole new way, so we'll be talking about that as well. But first, we're going to talk about a few movie trailers that dropped this week.
Yeah, it was a good one.
So, this first one, Obsession.
This
was not on my radar at all.
Neither was mine.
Brought this up.
I just happened to come across it. I was like, I'll check it out, and kind of reminded me of something that I probably would have liked to have written or had definitely wanted to write several years ago around the time that I was writing My Love Ecstasy. But I love the setup to this. But let's take a look at the trailer. It, just came out of nowhere, but I'm interested. I'm interested to see what you think.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually flirted with Nikki?
I'm gonna go get some shots.
I'll come with you if she means this much to you. And I know she does. Say, Nikki, I think we should grab a drink sometime.
Nikki, wait. I was gonna ask you,
What?
I lost my train of thought.
Hi.
Good night. What else?
Why?
I like the setup, kind of like a rom-com almost setup a little bit.
One was
But here's where it changes.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
I love you so much. A love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure.
It's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden. Like super dating.
I think Nikki is going through something.
Like what? Is she okay?
No.
Jeez, what kind of spells you put on her?
This is so creepy.
Oh my gosh.
Nikki? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you!
I love it, right?
I was calling to see if there's a way I can cancel a wish. I'm sorry, we don't really do that. So she's just stuck like this forever? Well, yeah, I mean, as long as you live. As long as I live?
Cool, huh? Yeah, that was just one that I was just I came across it. I didn't know anything about it, but I'm very intrigued by it. I like those things like I'm sure like where you're younger you were like, gosh, if I could just you like a girl or a guy and you can't, and you're just like, oh, if I just wish that they could I just wish. But you know how like you love those things where like the genies are always like shades of gray type of things when it comes to wishes.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for. I just love that story concept applied to this. Like the guy's like, I wish this girl loved me more than anything in the world. What could possibly be wrong with that?
Wording.
Yeah. And
wording choices.
Wording and choices. And then to get it, and when you think about that, like if somebody was that obsessed with you, how scary that could be. I don't know. I really loved the setup to it. Looks kind of fun. I know they had a lot of reviews up there, people saying it was like a instant classic and whatnot. I don't know, but I mean, it looked. I do like Blumhouse makes the movie. I do like their type of things. They do pretty good scary stuff. But I don't know. It reminded me of something I like of, when I wrote My Love Ecstasy, the idea behind that was I wanted to take two different genres and kind of combine them. So I started out with like a very honest to God, like rom-com type of thing, but then introduce horror elements into it. And I don't know if this has that, but it kind of gave me that feel a little bit in the beginning, and I got kind of excited.
It has that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that like campy horror vibe from when we were kids in like the 90s and early 2000s, where they would make like a horror movie, but it would be funny.
Yeah.
But it would also be terrifying.
Well, that's what I love about, like, one of my favorite scary movies is Scream. And that's what I love about Scream is that, like, it's scary and it's gory and the stakes are very real, but also it's also really funny. And there's like some kind of like funny lines in there, and the whole thing of like they are the characters in the movie are aware that they're kind of in a scary movie, and they keep like referring to these horror movie rules that they need to follow to survive the movie. Is just kind of, I don't know, it's really funny to me, and I love stuff like that. And this kind of gave me that. It reminded me of that. I don't know. It looks interesting. I'd kind of like to see it. It looks pretty good.
I would go see it.
Yeah.
I like a good "Be careful what you wish for" movie, like you said. It seems like that should have been written on that box or whatever he had. But it is kind of funny because we recently, for whatever reason, rewatched the Aladdin live action.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there, Will Smith is like, "Be careful with your wishes. Wording is very important."
Lots of gray in that.
That was in the back of my head as I'm watching that trailer.
Me too. I just remember Will Smith being like, "Lots of gray in there. You might want to you might want to reword that, and I think that's interesting." I also was reminded of, I think it's called Voltaire, but the genie from the movie Big with Tom Hanks, when he goes up to the thing and he gets to make a wish, and he's like, "I wish to be, an adult big. I wish to be big," and it makes him into Tom Hanks. But yeah, it's kind of had that same vibe when he like breaks I don't know what that was, but whenever he breaks the chocolate bar looking thing, kind of had that same vibe of like, how do you undo the wish now? But the poor girl, I guess, is just as much a victim as he is, because she, against her will, is all of a sudden
acting insane.
All of a sudden, she's walking into the house and she's like, "Wait a minute, I need to go back because I love that dude in that car more than anything in the world." So they're both kind of victims in different ways. She's a victim because she is having to act out this guy's wish, and then he is a victim because he is now being stalked obsessively by this girl that he liked. So interesting movie. I like that.
Yeah. Looks really well acted too.
Yeah, it does. Her awkward laughing there at the party really kind of had me cringing the first time I watched it. I was just like, "Oh my God." I suffer from cringe. I have a hard time with cringe, so like I get I have a very hard time with it. I can't stay in it for too long. But I don't know. Obsession. That was one that I just discovered. It found me. I didn't find it. It found me. And I'm happy for it.
Well, this next one
I did
know about ahead of time.
Yeah.
Now, I have not seen any Resident Evil movies or actually played any Resident Evil games because I'm not a spooky game person, but you are.
Yes, I love Resident Evil. Resident Evil is one of my favorite video game franchises. It is chocked full of amazing characters, awesome monsters, great story, and we cannot seem to adapt this whatsoever. It is something that feels like it cannot be done. The first couple of Resident Evil movies that came out are really bad, horrifically bad. They then scrapped that after 5 or 6 movies. I don't know why it went on that long, and it got convoluted and had nothing to do with video games. Nothing to do with video games at all. Then they decided to scrap that, remake the movie that was something more closely attuned to the games. And if it would have come out on the CW, I think it would have been fine. But the fact that that movie was released in the theaters was like, what the hell is this shit? What in God's name is this? But if it had come out on the CW or USA Television, I think it would have been like, that was fine. For a Hallmark S-type Resident Evil movie, that'd have been fine. Okay. Now we were doing it again. The guy who made the movie Weapons, which I have not seen personally, but got decent reviews, he has now decided to make a Resident Evil movie. and he's got his own spin on it. Here's the trailer, and I have my thoughts at the end.
Hello? Had a little bit of a problem on the road. I was wondering if I could use your phone. Hello?
Yes, we're sorry.
Really going hard on that weapons thing.
Yeah. They're like, please watch this movie.
Yeah.
Hey, babe. Look, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier, but some things have happened. I'm in like a seriously messed up situation right now. And it looks like there's a chance that we might not get to talk to each other again. I just wanted you to know.
Jesus.
I love you.
Okay. Okay, so again,
All right.
I don't know if you caught this, but it was the guy who made the movie Weapons. So anyway, yeah, please God see this movie. You liked Weapons, right? You liked Weapons, right? You enjoyed that movie, right? Please God come see this movie. Again, we have a Resident Evil adaptation that has nothing to do with the video games.
I was going to ask if it followed the plot of anything.
Mm-mm.
Are
No.
any of the characters recognizable as having been?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not
so it's
even the
just
monsters.
Resident Evil adjacent.
Yeah. So
Okay.
here's what I've read. The guy who made the movie, who made Weapons, don't know if you know, he wrote this movie, and he's like, this is a completely new telling of Resident Evil. It's his own story, set in the Resident Evil universe, but has nothing to do with the games. Now, he did say that the night that this movie takes place is also happening the same night that Resident Evil 2, the video game, is taking place. Don't know how that's possible. Yeah, I don't know how that's possible, but he just says that, like, hey, like, this is going on the same night. That is in 1998 when Resident Evil 2 takes place. I did see him walking around using a smartphone as a flashlight. Interesting. Didn't have those in 1998. But yeah, again, we're not adapting Resident Evil story. We're not using the characters that everyone loves. We're not using Claire, Chris, Leon, Jill. We're not using any of that. I didn't even see any recognizable monsters. I did see the big pale fat thing.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
Is that a... Oh, okay.
I don't know. I was thinking that it was, at first when I saw the bald head, I was thinking it was like Mr. X, like the tyrant from Resident Evil 2, which is terrifying and, you know, chases you for 2/3 of the game while you're trying to think and figure out. It's just always behind you, running after you. I was thinking that maybe it's that, but it's too big. I don't know what that was. I don't know if that's just a tyrant that let himself go. Was just fed more than the others. I don't know what that was. But visually, here's the thing though. Visually, I like it. I think it looks cool. I think it's, I thought it looked intriguing. I thought the atmosphere and the tone that they set up was fine. I feel like I want to see it, and I want to reserve judgment. I don't want to say that I think the movie's going to suck, and then I have to eat my words, months later on this show. But if it happens, I will. If it's a good movie, I'll say so. But what I think is, I think it'll end up being like, yeah, that was cool, but it wasn't Resident Evil.
I'll say it if you don't want to. I watched the trailer. I don't know anything about Resident Evil. could not care less about the characters in that movie. They didn't give us a reason to. I don't know what that person is doing out there on the side of the road. I don't know what the house he wandered into. Apparently, he's his girlfriend he's trying to get in contact with, but like, who gives a fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was not given a particularly intriguing reason to care about the main character, the large fat man that's appearing out of the darkness for no reason. I don't know.
So you saw 2 scary movie trailers. Which one intrigued you the most, Resident Evil or Obsession? Obsession.
Yeah,
I thought it was
gave
too.
you a reason to care. It told you what the plot of the movie was going to be. I don't know what the plot of Resident Evil is going to be from that trailer. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Neither
do I. I've played pretty much I've played every Resident Evil video game except for the newest one, and there was nothing in there that was. As a Resident Evil fan, if you didn't tell me that movie was about Resident Evil, I'd have been like, "Oh my god, a new zombie movie is coming out." Or a new movie with some weird creatures in it is coming out. That looks interesting. But when you see the title card of like Resident Evil, it's kind of like, oh, that's
I don't know.
weird.
Maybe there's just a new way of cutting trailers that I just really dislike. But I've seen like several trailers in the last year or two where it's just like, look at this thing that happened. Look at this thing that happened. Look at this. And it doesn't paint a picture of the movie that you're going to see at all. And it like pisses me off. I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't like trailers like that. If you want me to go see your movie, give me a reason to go see your movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of red flags for this. There's a couple of red flags that I think get raised with this trailer. One, they advertise the filmmaker a lot of like, here's things that I've done that you might have seen that you liked. They advertise that a little too much, and that's kind of a red flag. Could be like, you liked other movies that this guy did. Please, God, come see this. It also, red flag, there's nothing in that does anything for Resident Evil branding. There's no mention of Umbrella Corporation. We don't see any classic monster, and that could be maybe he thought, I want to save it as a surprise for when you come see the movie. But I think just giving us a small taste of something that's recognizable for a Resident Evil fan, just a tiny taste,
or a good plot point, which we don't have.
What is the plot to this movie? This guy is crashed on the side of the road. He wanders into a town where that it's been overrun by zombies. But like, what's the plot? What's he trying to do? Is he literally just trying to get back to his girlfriend so they can finish their conversation they were having? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm concerned about this. I don't know why we cannot adapt a frickin' Resident Evil movie. This doesn't seem like it would be hard to do. Okay, so years ago, there's a script out there, and if anybody's watching, do go out and look for this. If you Google George Romero Resident Evil script, you will find one, and it follows the game. Now, it's a little corny because it was written years ago, and it was written by George Romero, but I enjoyed reading it because it had all the characters from the first game, and it follows the events of the first game in the mansion. I don't know why this should be easy to do. Just adapt the games, the characters into a situation that is similar to what they experience in the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we can't. I don't know why we can't. But maybe this dude has made a decent Resident Evil movie that's a standalone story. I do not know. But right now, it doesn't appear that way.
It does not.
So that's the new Resident Evil trailer. I was a little upset. My mouse hovered over it for a little bit because I didn't even want to watch it. And I hovered over it for a moment, and I just psyched myself up for it. And then I said, okay, let's do it. And I clicked on it, and I watched it. And I was like, shit. I just felt disappointed. And I was just disappointed. I still am.
Well, let's move on to our third trailer, see if we're still as disappointed.
All right, I'm excited about this.
Spider-Noir.
Yes, this looks like this will be fun.
And I'm going to play the full color trailer first. Then I'll just play the black and white one silently in the background. But very, very intrigued by this trailer. So
All
let's
right.
see.
Let's see it.
I haven't seen it yet, though.
I have, and I thought it was pretty fun, or it could be fun.
Every mystery forms a complex web. But pull the right strand, and it's a straight line to the answer.
I'm glowing bright obsidian. Universe trends to disorder. Axolotl amphibian monsters on the loose. Unelemental chemical. All you can do is fight to keep the chaos from your door.
You came here to offer him a job. My friend disappeared.
You haven't given us much to go.
What can I say? The world's a dangerous place. I think you're braver than you let on.
Got me growing 6 black tentacles. You've been in a hole ever since Ruby died.
We're chasing ghosts.
Maybe we can be alone together.
This is your chance to put that shovel down.
So what are you waiting for? Let the best man live.
This is how it ends.
The people could use a hero. Fighting is the point. He's the best show in town.
What happened to your face?
I walked into a door.
How many times?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's new.
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know.
Yeah. Nick Cage is so weird.
He's very weird. You know, it reminds me of that there's a Community joke back when that show was a thing that asks Nick Cage good or bad.
Yeah.
And one of the main characters can't
I'm the same
decide
way.
and like loses his shit over it. And I would agree. When he like fires that first spider web, but it's still like Nick Cage, like he doesn't have the costume on yet.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh,
It's
I
weird,
don't like
right?
it.
Because he's.
But then he puts on the costume, and I'm like, okay, I like it now. So I don't
like,
know how I'm gonna feel about this.
I don't either, because he's. I think it's gonna be funny and quirky and weird, and I feel like for it to work, it has to be. I think it has to be quirky and weird because Nick Cage is quirky and weird, and you know, believing that he's Spider-Man, I think is going to be like right here. It's like this is old Nick Cage falling off a building, and then suddenly, he's Spider-Man. And I think it's maybe because we're so used to seeing Spider-Man as the young, you know, high schoolers and those kinds of things. But here's like old man Spider-Man. Like
there's definitely some of that for sure.
Yeah, but I think if it's a quirky, weird type of thing. And as long as he stays in his costume here, like there's nothing wrong with this here. But
no, it's an intriguing movie, and it's well done noir.
Yes,
like the shots, the styles, I
love this dude.
The characters.
I guess the main villain of this is one of my favorite actors. But yeah, like I don't know, it's really weird, and I don't know what to think about it. When I saw it, I don't know, I didn't know what to think. But I like Spider-Noir. Like I've been reading those comics. I recently read the ones that they just put out, the latest run of Spider-Noir where he was fighting Nazis. You know, I liked it. So I'm interested to see this, but I think as long as they keep up this like campy, quirky little thing because Nick Cage, that's what people think of when they think of him. I think it could work in a way if it wasn't taken too seriously.
I am really curious. Like I don't even know if I had a hard time choosing which trailer to watch, and they're going to release the movie in 2 different versions, like
they'll have
black
a color,
and white
black
and color.
And white.
I don't know. It's really intriguing though, but I really wonder how they landed on the casting choice of Nick Cage.
Well, he did the voice of the Spider-Noir and the Spider-Verse thing, and he was
but
good
it's still
at that.
Crazy to then just be like, we want Nick Cage to be Spider-Man.
Well, see, when I first heard that he was doing it, because he was really great with the voice of Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
Like he was great at that. A really standout point in the movie for me. And I heard that he was going to be doing a thing, but I thought they were going to continue it with voice acting. I guess when it first was announced, I didn't know that it was live action. And then I heard it was going to be live action, and I was like, this is going to be strange. And then when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is going to be strange. I just like had the same thought. Cause like you, listen, I'm obsessed with Nick Cage. My brother-in-law, we often talk about Nick Cage a lot. He comes up a lot because we can't decide, is he a great actor and we can't understand his performance, or is he the worst actor? Yeah. Because regardless, he gives 110% with whatever performance he's in, and it usually comes off as like, this is just weird. But I love watching Nick Cage compilations of parts that he's played. He's fascinating to watch, but watching him do this is gonna be interesting. But the dude is a huge comic book nerd. He loves comic books. And so I think he'll treat the character with respect because, you know he loves it. Oddly enough, he was going to play Superman in a Tim Burton movie that I'm kind of glad never got made. But he was going to have like long hair and everything.
Weird.
Do you want to know a weird story behind that? One of the producers of the Superman movie that never got made, one of the things that he wanted Superman to do was battle a giant robotic spider. Like it was just something that he was insistent that Tim Burton include in the movie. This is how I heard it. I think I got the details right, but he wanted a giant robotic spider that Superman had to fight. Was just hell-bent insistent this robotic spider needed to be in this movie.
How weird.
But the movie didn't get made. He didn't get his robotic spider. Well, the guy later went on to make The Wild Wild West with Will Smith, and at the end of that movie, you'll remember they fight on a giant robotic spider. He finally got his spider.
He was just insistent it had to be in some movie. It just didn't matter which one.
It's like, I got this great idea for a robotic spider. I just have to have it. And so he finally got it in his Wild Wild West movie. But no, Spider-Noir. I don't know. We watching it? What are we doing?
We're definitely watching it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's actually gonna be good.
I bet it will be. Marvel's doing it. Prime has been pretty good. I love their Fallout television show. So yeah, you got all the right pieces. I do think they'll do it okay. Like I feel like they know what they have to do, and I feel like to make it work, if it was me, I would have to lean into the quirkiness and the campiness, almost Adam West level Batman style, because I have Nick Cage and I need him to be weird and quirky. And
I don't know. You can lean pretty hard on noir though. Noir can be weird all on its own without getting campy.
The voiceovers for sure. I think Nick Cage will do a fine job at doing the noir part. And as long as they have him in that costume, it'll hide the fact that he looks older for Spider-Man. I think if they have him in the suit looks more CGI-ish kind of in places. So I think the suit will help.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Interesting.
All right. Well, the other thing that you've been doing this week is playing a game called Amenti. So this was made by the same people who made that lighthouse game that you were talking about.
Yeah, the lighthouse game scared the pudding out of me when I played it. So I decided to go back into their repertoire, and I found that they had this game called Amenti, which was more of a Egyptian horror type game where you play as a photographer who goes into the pyramids, sneaks into the pyramids after hours and goes to places you're not supposed to be in to photograph. And I, again, found it to be very terrifying.
I've actually got a trailer for it.
Let's watch that, because
I
never did get to see a trailer for the game.
Let's take a look at this, because I haven't seen you even play this game, so.
It's spooky.
Let's see what we get.
It's spooky for sure. I'm curious to see what the trailer comes out to be.
Oh.
Their games just look so good.
This is really high res for an indie game.
That's what I'm saying. Their games just look really good.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, there's some scary stuff. The sound, too. The sounds of, like, walking through this place. The things you hear in your headphones. Because I play with these headphones on. Oh, God. I haven't seen that yet. I love
well, that's
these.
Super spooky.
Yeah, I love this company, Dark Phobia Games. The Lighthouse quickly became one of my favorite scary games. And Amenti, I don't know if I think I like the Lighthouse like a little better just because I like the Lighthouse aesthetic, but I've from what I've played of it so far, I really enjoy it. And gosh, they just do such a good job of crafting like this spooky atmosphere with their sound design, their images. And every now and again, the whole thing is you have to take pictures. So of course you'll go up to something, you'll hit the flash and the screen will flash and then you see the picture. And I just knew at any point I was going to take a picture of something and something was going to happen. And it kept that level of suspense for a very long time. And then you kind of like relax on the idea and then you take the picture and then all of a sudden there's something in the picture that wasn't supposed to be there. And you're like, oh my God. So yeah, it was, they do a really solid job. I would love to write them a game. I don't know. I would really love to do that. Like
a Blackwater Falls game.
Yeah. I don't know if they would. They probably wouldn't. But I would love to like send them something and just see like, what do you guys think of this? I don't know. Would you?
If you're new to the show, Justin has written a horror book or two in his time. One of them being Blackwater Falls, which I love a lot. But in Blackwater Falls, you have a guy goes into the asylum to figure out what the heck is going on there.
Yeah.
And then you also have a little story at the end. It's kind of like a Titanic style creepy story.
Yeah. They go aboard a ghost ship to find out what
they'd both be good games.
They both would. I'd love to. Maybe I do. Maybe I send them a copy. I don't know. But if we tag Dark Phobia, if Dark Phobia is listening, I would love to write for free. Like, I mean, just give me the honor.
You just want to get the ideas out there.
Just give me the honor of doing this. I don't want anything credit, but I just want the chance. I just want the honor. Because I've become a huge fan of what they got going on, and I want more. I want more games to play from them. But Amenti,
are these the only two they have, or are there more in the backlog?
I think the two. I need to go on Steam and look and see. Amenti definitely came before the Lighthouse because the Lighthouse looks more polished and a little better than Amenti. Amenti, when I put it on, I was like, okay, this looks like an older game. But still loved it. Love the dark, spooky atmosphere. The sounds that they do. I play with my headphones on, and I think that's the best way to enjoy these games because you will hear, when walking around these tombs, voices, just things moving around in the dark that you can't see. Adds to it. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. You really should play more scary games.
I know. I think maybe later tonight we'll play through the Lighthouse together because I still want to do that.
That would be fun.
So
but yeah, you really should. I know
we don't have an evening race this week, so maybe we do a
maybe we do
Lighthouse playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we one last thing to talk about before we call it, which is we went to the Symphony last night.
We went to the Symphony.
But we got to see Jurassic Park with the soundtrack played by the Symphony, which might be my new favorite way to watch Jurassic Park, to be honest.
That was amazing. I saw Jurassic Park in the movie theater when it first came out. I was very young, obviously, because it came out in 94. Born in 88, so I was very young. And it had a profound effect on me. It was a magical experience. It was the reason I, fell in love with movies and wanted to be a writer. Obviously my love of dinosaurs. The movie had a very profound, magical experience on my life. But last night also did. I think, I've seen Jurassic Park a million times in my life. I know every line by heart. But last night last night felt like seeing it again for the first time. The magic was renewed just because of watching the movie to a live symphony, which I didn't even know. When this thing came out, people were sending it to me because they know my obsession with Jurassic Park, and so many friends were texting me like, have you seen this, that this is coming? And I thought it was just going to be a symphony playing the Jurassic Park soundtrack. And even when you bought the tickets, I thought that's what we were going to go see. It was later that I found out that no, they're playing the movie Jurassic Park. You're watching the movie while they play the score.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? They do that? They can do that? Last night was amazing because like that, we get in there, there's the symphony. And sure enough, the movie begins and they hit that first, how that is in a dome. Oh,
yeah.
They hit that. And I'm like, oh my God, they're playing the music to this. I don't know. It was
so good.
It was amazing.
I feel like I nearly cried when the helicopter was like landing in the first part and they're playing that like da 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 da.
Yeah, with the Brachiosaurus scene.
Like,
oh no, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get emotional. That was probably the best moment of the movie. The journey to the island, piece of like being like, I bring scientists, you bring a rock star. There it is. And then, coming up on the dun 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 dun, and that whole bit that immediately leads into them seeing the Brachiosaurus for the first time. And when the Brachiosaurus landed, I mean, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. When the Brachiosaurus landed on his feet, and he was like, "How did you do this? I'll show you." The whole arena like applauded. Just applauded because it was just so amazing.
They nailed it.
And just there were so many times when we were watching the movie that I actually forgot that they were playing the music to it. It was so seamless. You just forgot, like, oh my God, that's right. There's a symphony down up front playing.
Yeah. The one time I did remember though, which you pointed out last night, was when the little DNA movie strand thing is happening, and
Mr. DNA
I guess
cartoon.
I had never noticed the music in that part of the movie before, but it's so funny.
Neither have I. It's funny how many times I'd seen the movie, and I've seen it a lot, when they go into the theater to learn how Hammond's clone dinosaurs and they play that Mr. DNA cartoon. I never listened to the score behind it, but it is ridiculous. And it was it became evident last night when they started playing it. I was like, oh my God, what are they playing down there? And I was like, oh my God, this is the score to the Mr. DNA thing. Oh my gosh, funny. It was amazing. And there was an intermission, which I told you around the time they should stop it, and it was pretty close to that.
It was pretty close to what you predicted.
But it was it was awesome. It was so much fun, and I want to see that again, but with a different movie. I'm like, what other movies can we go see?
I know we're definitely going to have to keep an eye out now for any movies that they do like this, because even if you don't like the movie that much, I still feel like it'd be worth seeing this way. It was really
super cool. It was super cool. like I said, like, I don't know, like it just felt like seeing Jurassic Park all over again for the first time and just recapturing some magic there that wasn't there before. Oddly, this was weird. The composer, did you catch this? At the beginning, he was like, first of all, welcome, but is there anyone here who's never seen Jurassic Park before? And there were a couple of hands who went up.
Yeah, there were like two
I know.
I
was like,
people.
Who are these people?
Who've never seen their
Jurassic
spouses
Park?
Or significant others were like, I love Jurassic Park, because that's how I feel about it, and that's how you feel about it.
Yeah.
So they were just tag-alongs, but I hope they saw it and came away like, this is the most incredible movie that was ever made.
I'm about to say, could you imagine that being the first way that you saw Jurassic Park to a live
It'd be crazy.
symphony? That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, man. That was amazing. I'm glad we got to do that. I had been, like I said, I had been sent that a couple of times, but I wasn't sure if I, wanted to go. I knew I wanted to go, but I just didn't know if we would be able to. But, when you were like, let's do it, I was like, yeah, I would have had some serious FOMO if I hadn't have gone to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Serious FOMO.
So definitely keep your ears and eyes out if your local symphony is playing to a movie. No matter what it is, go.
Yeah.
You might get a new appreciation for the movie. Yeah.
But we were commenting last night, though, John Williams does the score, and we were thinking about all the movies that John Williams has scored and just how iconic all of those movies are, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Jaws, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park. I mean, isn't that crazy? I mean, to be able to write...
Indiana Jones would be so cool.
That would be cool. Now, that would be cool if they did Raiders of the Lost Ark to a live symphony. That would be amazing.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
That would be amazing. Ideas for the North Carolina Symphony, Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
All right, well we'll leave it there this week, but let us know in the comments what are some fun things you got up to this week, or if you've seen a movie to a live symphony. Tell us what it was. Give us some ideas, things to keep an eye out for. But as always, you can find Multiverse of Merriment at 6 a.m. on Thursdays on YouTube Music, and Spotify. But until next time,
take it easy.